What's up, Barnhill family, and welcome back to the channel.
Yo.
So, Nick, I have one question for you, really in two parts. First part, what is it going to take to defeat Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko? And then two, does her next opponent, Talia Santos, possess that?
Well, you might find that answer in her fight name. I think the Bullet is probably the only way you're going to stop this girl. And I don't see any women at flyweight or at this point, even bantamweight, being able to stop her. I think she's the most dominant female fighter that the sport's ever seen. I think that, her skill set is that of like some of the best fighters and strikers and really just well-rounded martial artists we've ever seen. I don't know a whole lot about this Talia Santos girl. I know she had a pretty nice rise. I know that she's beaten pretty much everybody except for one person that they've put in front of her, but still, a lot of people have had pretty good records and pretty good win streaks leading up to a fight with the Bullet, and it mattered none. As much as I'd like to see a competitive match for the Bullet, I assume that the odds are way lopsided in her favor, and I can see why, because I just think she's going to mop the floor with this girl.
Yeah, last time I checked, Talia Santos was about a 6-1 underdog, I believe. We'll see if that action changes as we get closer to the fight. Talia Santos is a very good fighter. She's got 19 wins. 10 of them have come by way of knockout, 3 of them by way of submission. So she's only got 6 decision victories against 19 total wins. The only loss she ever suffered in her career was by split decision, so a bit of controversy there. Her signature win was the one that propelled her into the title fight, and that was a submission over JoJo Calderwood, or JoJo Wood, as it is now. Great win. I mean, to submit JoJo is no small feat, and Talia Santos is young. She's strong. She does possess a lot of power, over a 50% KO ratio, which at women's flyweight is very high. So I think that she's going to be a formidable opponent. But as you said, nobody in the game does it better than Valentina right now. I don't think there's a more dominant champion. I think the odds would tell that story. No title fight in the UFC sees odds even remotely similar to the odds we see when Valentina gets booked for a fight, and for good reason. I mean, I think that the only thing, to answer my own question here now, the only thing that can beat Valentina is a similar skill set with a substantial size differential, like Amanda Nunes, and even still, that was controversial.
Yeah, I think the Bullet of today and the Amanda Nunes of today would be a completely different fight than the 2 fights we saw them have years ago at bantamweight. Talia Santos is obviously a pretty good striker. She's well-rounded in as far as finishing goes. She's able to get wins on the feet or on the ground. But, be careful what you wish for, because if you're really good at striking and you want to go strike with Valentina, you're going to have a hard night in the office and you're likely going to lose and get knocked out or finished. Valentina has proven to us that she's much more than just a striker. She's submitted some of the girls that were considered the best submission artists and the best grapplers and jiu-jitsu practitioners in women's MMA. So for me, I don't really see a place in this octagon that Talia Santos has a chance to win the fight. You want to stand and strike with Valentina, best of luck. You're not going to last 5 rounds. You want to go to the ground. She's really good with the body lock. She's really good with the takedowns. She's really good at dominating top positions. And one thing that she always likes to look for is creeping her way through a body lock into a side control position, and then she moves sort of into a crucifix type position, which essentially finishes the fight. If you can't get one of your hands free and you're trying to, kip and get your legs up and into the fight, and you can't do that either, and the person's just sitting on top of you, they can just be tapping you. They don't really have to hit you all that hard. And if the ref sees that you can't stop this attack from happening and there's no way you can intelligently defend yourself, they're going to pull the person off of you and give them the win. So look for Valentina to potentially do that. And that's almost the picture perfect way to describe Valentina as far as her skill set goes. She can beat you up on the ground. She can beat you up on the feet. And with the crucifix, she's able to sort of hold you in a submissive type of position while punching you. And it's almost like picture perfect for her.
Yeah, and I mean, to give a little shine to Gracie Baja, Texas, here where we train, she actually spent a decent amount of time here training under Professor Traculino and Professor Pedro, that are friends of ours and our instructors, and she really honed her grappling here. I mean, if you don't know about our gym, we've got multiple world champions that train out of there, so it's a really good place when you're a high-level striker, which everybody's known Valentina to be, to come and hone that grappling skill, and she did that several years ago, and we've seen it in the octagon, even including a submission over current bantamweight champion Juliana Pena, who's a very good grappler in her own right. So in my opinion, when I picture this fight, if it's on the feet, Valentina tags Santos. Maybe Santos has some moments where she lands a couple shots, but I think clear power, clear skill, clear speed advantage to Valentina. So she's going to knock her out on the feet. If it does go to the ground, Talia Santos does have 3 submission wins, but she's only a blue belt, and it's been a win via submission over JoJo Wood, although I'm a huge fan of JoJo's. I don't think is a submission ace, so it's not something that is like an incredibly difficult thing to do if you get her in the right position. So I think on the ground you have a clear advantage for Valentina. As you mentioned, the crucifix position, that could come by a ground and pound finish. So in my mind, I can see multiple ways that Valentina can win this fight, and very few, if any, for Talia Santos. Maybe just she's a little bit stronger, but even that, I'm kind of grasping at straws here. And so I'm predicting a TKO finish, ground and pound. I'll go with your crucifix, ground and pound in the second round.
Yeah, that's a good call, and I think we're going to see a flawless victory for Valentina. I assume it's going to be something like that where, the ref pulls her off, but she does have that one-punch KO power as far as her kicks go and her punches go, and I think just to, give us something to really enjoy. And as a fighter, she loves to put on epic performances. I think she's going to be looking for a clean finish. So look for some kicks to go to the head. She sets them up really well with low kicks, but look for her to take something. I personally think that she's now at a point where she's not trying to win fights. She's trying to win them in specific ways. And if she can get a one punch or one kick KO, that's what she wants to do. Sleep the girl. Talia Santos is going to be good. She's probably, feeling some pressures that she's never felt before being in a UFC title fight, but it's definitely going to be way too big of a moment for her. And I got Valentina by a real KO.
Nice. Well, guys, let us know. Are Nick and I underestimating Talia Santos? And could she surprise us and the champion Valentina the Bullet? Or will this be another night in the office for Shevchenko? Drop us a comment and let us know. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.